So last week, Shihu and Eugene were in charge of the first live chat session. And I, Lee Dae-hyun, watched the whole thing very closely. Okay, I can definitely do this. Now I'm ready. It's my time to meet our viewers.
10시 땡 하고 시작할까요?
Hello! Hi! We are Newsmakers! Yay! We're back! And we're back with someone new, someone you haven't seen yet. That's Rayhyun. Do you want to introduce yourself to our viewers?
Hi, my name is Lee Dae-hyun, and I don't know if you guys have watched Newsmaker's teaser. I was actually in the teaser, but this is my first time live streaming with Shihu, and I mean for my entire life. I haven't live streamed my entire life, so this is my first time.
You don't have to tell them that. And why were you gone last week?
I was actually in the Philippines to cover some stories about World Tourism and Travel Council Summit and how travel trend changed after the pandemic.
Yeah, so a lot of changes are happening after the pandemic. There's a huge change happening right now today, and that is the lifting of the wearing mask mandate outdoors.
That's right.
So people can be seen outside not wearing masks from today. So that's a change happening on May 2nd.
주 5월 2일부터는 50인 이상이 참석하는 집회와 공연, 그리고 스포츠 경기 관람 시에만 실내 마스크 착용 의무를 남기고 그 이외의 실외에서는 마스크 착용 의무를 해제합니다.
South Korea finally lifted its outdoor mask mandate starting May 2nd. It had been more than 2 long years.
Schools are also going back to normal. Schools will be able to go on field trips. They will be able to go on even overnight trips as well.
And even university campus festivals are reopening after a 3-year break due to the pandemic.
So what do you guys think about not wearing masks? Do you guys have some kind of, good feelings about it? Or do you guys think it's not a good idea or anything?
I mean, the outdoors mask wearing mandate has been lifted, but indoors we still have to wear masks.
Like I bought 300 masks a month ago.
But I did not expect that the mandates would change.
I personally like lifting mask mandates because, I'm tired of wearing masks outdoors. Also, it's getting really hot.
You know what though? On my way to work, I took off my mask outside.
did?
Yeah, I did. I was so
Okay.
excited. But I was the only person on the street without a mask on.
Okay.
Everyone follows the rules really well.
Oh my
Even
God.
though the rules are lifted, people are just so used to the past, right?
I know. You're like the front runner of the mask mandate lifting. Hi guys. So I'm going to work right now. I'm night shift today, and it's May 13th, 1:40, and it's been more than 10 days since the outdoor mask mandates have been lifted. I'm walking along the street and I see many people are still wearing masks. Hi, Paul. It's actually for the Newsmakers.
Oh yeah?
Program. Hi, say hi.
Hello.
So he was still wearing masks as well, right?
It was.
Why are you wearing masks?
It's a habit, isn't it?
But outdoor mask mandates have been lifted, so.
But it's like I come from outside, inside, go buy coffee, go inside again. It's like on and off again,
Right, I know.
But some critics are skeptical over the easing of restrictions, saying the new rules are inconsistent and confusing.
Which spot would be safe for me to keep my mask outdoor?
Jean pockets are fine.
Please find out for us. All right, we'll try to keep that in mind.
You can hold it in your hand, let it hang from your ears, or even use mask straps. But for me, I keep it in my purse. As Paul said, it is a bit of a hassle to put your mask back on when going indoors. In fact, there's a reporter at Arirang TV who's been covering the pandemic for a very long time.
Cases spiking if restrictions are all
Min Jung has been covering COVID-related news at our station for a while now.
or readjusting to new post-pandemic.
Let's get her advice.
시민들이 마스크 벗는 거에 대한 반응 같은 거 많이 보셨잖아요. 근데 보통 어땠어요? 사람들한테 물어봤을 때 반응들이?
저도 취재 전에는 뭔가 마스크 해제에 찬성한다는 반응이 훨씬 많을 줄 알았거든요. 근데 해보니까 진짜 딱 반반이었던 것 같아요.
아, 진짜요?
나는 그래도 끝까지 좀 착용을 하겠다. 내 개인 건강을 위해서 이런 의견도 많았었고 실외도 하니까 실내도 해야 된다는 사람들도 있었거든요. 제가 인터뷰했을 때. 네, 왜냐면 저희가 밖에서 벗고 다니다가 안에 들어가면 그 착용하는 그 기준도 조금 애매하고
The survey results do show that opinions are split right down the middle.
All the designed mask store sales will definitely drop. That is right. They've created so many masks, and what are they going to do with them now? The masks got so developed. At first, we just had those plain old masks. Those were white and black. But now we have all these different colors, different designs.
If you wear a mask, you don't have to do a makeup, especially in terms of like
Just your forehead, though.
like eyes and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing what people can do within 2 years.
You can easily find colorful masks, and mask straps that come in different styles have become a fashion trend of its own. It even created a new buzzword.
그 마스크가 해제가 되면서 이제 가디언지에서 한국 유행어 마기꾼이 조명이 됐다고 해요. 이 마기꾼을 MAGI꾼. 마기꾼. 네. unfortunate한 부분을 가려준다고 되어 있더라고요. 그래서 이게 너무 웃겼어요. 그래가지고.
Never heard of the word magikkun? Don't worry, I'm here to explain it for you. It's a mix of the English word mask and the Korean word sagikkun, meaning fraud. It's a term that's been popularized in Korea since the outbreak of COVID-19.
마기꾼이라는 말에 대해서 들어보신 적 있으실까요?
네, 들어본 적 있어요. 많이 들어봤습니다.
인터넷에서 사용하는 걸 들어봤어요.
네, 제가 마기꾼이라서 잘 알고 있습니다. 마기꾼.
네, 뭐 업무 회의를 하면서 만났던 분들과 뭐 실제로 점심 식사를 하게 되면서 이제 실제로 마스크를 벗었을 때 생각한 이미지와 다른 경우는 있어서 그때 뭐 다소 놀란 경험도 있었던 것 같습니다.
마스크를 쓰셨을 때는 이제 눈만 보고 이제 아래 그럼 하관을 좀 상상했던 거랑 직접 봤을 때랑은 또 다른데.
The word became popular because of how different people can look with and without a mask on. This also gave rise to a new trend in beauty and makeup.
반갑습니다.
네, 반갑습니다.
Eye makeup has become all the rage amid the pandemic, and I'm going to try it on myself.
근데 요즘에 코로나 때문에 화장을 다들 잘 안 하려고 하잖아요.
뭐 옛날에는 이것저것 다양하게 유행하는 거 따라서 사고 싶었으면 속눈썹 하나, 아니면 마스카라 하나, 아니면 섀도우 하나. 소비도 약간 합리적으로.
She told me that since people started becoming more cost-conscious in their cosmetics purchases, makeup products in a color of one's preference that highlights a part of the face that you're most confident about are becoming more popular. So this does give the illusion that I have full makeup on, right?
그러니까 메이크업 기능은 나를 업시키는 건데 이게 피부 보호 기능으로 메이크업이 많이 바뀐 거죠. 그래서 팬데믹 이후로 마스크를 벗게 되면 제일 먼저 찾는 거는 피부 화장이거든요. 피부 화장의 제품들을 바르게 되면 피부 화장을 했을 때 눈 화장 안 할 수 없거든요. 입술 화장 안 할 수 없거든요. 그만큼 섀도우 제품들, 아이라인 제품들, 마스카라 그런 제품들의 소요가 정말 많아지는 거죠.
Major department stores have seen a rise in cosmetic sales recently. So what kind of impact does this new mask regulation have on beauty industries?
네, 안녕하세요. 여기 아리랑 국제방송인데요. 이제 마스크 벗기 시작하면서 화장품 업체 매출 증가하고 뷰티 커머스가 등장하는 것들 관련해서 취재를 하고 있어가지고
I decided to go and talk to a major e-commerce corporate rep who's in charge of the beauty segment. The beauty sector saw falling revenues during the pandemic, but what is their outlook of the market now?
실제로 베이스 메이크업의 제품 매출은 지난해까지 조금 매출이 저조했고요. 4월 말에 실외 마스크 해제가 발표나고 그때로부터 한 10일 동안의 추이를 지켜보면은 메이크업 제품은 지난해 대비 52% 성장했고 이제 선케어 제품은 70% 이상 증가했습니다.
Amid the rising demand for cosmetics products, they said online video content is being used to further expand their businesses. Beauty tutorials are one of them.
불러서 한번 해보도록 하겠습니다. 제가 또 쿨톤이라서 이렇게 한번 또 탈탈 털어줘야 되나요? 탈탈 털어서. 우리 주연 학생이 바로 한번.
It's a live streaming show where consumers can get makeup tips and product recommendations.
지금까지 오프라인 매장에서 이제 화장품 테스트가 불가능했기 때문에 이제 고객들이 라이브 방송을 통해서 간접적으로 정말 화장품을 생생하게 체험해 볼 수 있는 느낌을 주기 위해서 저희가 방송 중에 다양한 테스트를 진행을 했는데요. 앞으로 그런 프로그램의 계획 취지를 계속 이어나가면서 좋은 상품을 소싱하고 또 소개하는 프로그램으로 계속 키워나갈 예정입니다.
So, as things are slowly going back to normal, how do people feel about this trend?
그동안 마스크를 쓰면서 오히려 좀 편했던 점도 있었는데 이제는 마스크를 벗다 보니까 여자분들은 아무래도 화장을 좀 더 해야 되고 이제 대화를 할 때도 그런 표정 같은 부분에서 좀 더 신경을 써야 한다는 게 조금 생각해야 될 부분이라고 생각합니다.
그런데 이제 특히 여성분 같은 경우에는 이제 아침마다 이제 화장 같은 것도 준비하시는 이런 시간들도 많이 걸릴 것 같다는 생각도 들고 해서 아직은 조금은 시기상조 아닌가라는 생각도 약간 저는 좀 약간 가지고 있습니다.
근데 저는 마스크 벗어도 그러니까 코로나 전에는 화장을 계속 했었는데 이제 코로나 이후에는 피부 화장 같은 건 안 하고 그냥 눈 화장만 간단하게 한다든가 이렇게 했었는데 크게 변하지는 않을 것 같아요. 그냥 이게 너무 익숙해져서 마스크 벗게 돼도 그냥 비슷하게 화장할 것 같아요.
Mask wearing has become second nature to many people over the last 2 years. It never occurred to even our Newsmakers team to take our masks off when we were out on a coffee break.
답답하잖아.
너무 좋다.
화장은 좀 신경 쓰이긴 하다. 나 입술 괜찮아?
괜찮아. 우리 다 괜찮아. 나도 괜찮지?
다 아주 생기가 넘치네. 더 신경 써야 될 게 많아지긴 한 것 같아, 근데. 편하긴 했지, 마스크 쓰면은.
편했지. 표정도 훨씬 편했어, 난. 왜냐면은 사람들 만날 때 예를 들면은 무슨 회의를 간다거나 아니면은 뭐 이럴 때 약간 피곤할 수 있잖아, 밥 먹고 나서. 근데 사실 그러면은 나도 모르게 생리적 현상으로 하품이 나올 수가 있잖아. 그런 것들을 이제 마스크가 가려주니까 이렇게 그런 거는 난 좀 편했어.
근데 눈 위로도 보이는 게.
We think it's all going to go back to the normal, the old days, but it's not actually that.
No.
Well, the habits that we have acquired during the pandemic will actually continue post-pandemic. That's interesting. When the pandemic first happened, I was a college student and we moved on to virtual studies. We had to, conduct lecture online and also talk to our group mates online. And at first it was a little discomforting, but later on we got better at that. And it actually became more convenient to meet people online.
Yeah.
And what a treat to see people's faces again there. The walking YouTubers are fun to watch and see everyone out. Easier to connect with other humans when we see the faces. Yes, it was hard to tell the facial expressions of people when wearing masks. And it was really confusing. Like, sometimes you would meet person for 3 days in a row and still not know their faces until they take it off.
The wearing of masks has also affected children, especially on toddlers and their language learning and development. One study also suggested that mask wearing eroded the level of trust in interpersonal relationships.
Study that we did was basically trying to understand the trust in a stranger. Every long-term relationship that you build, it started with a short-term relationship. If you take away these short-term or create some kind of mistrust because of the mask, I think that it has a long-term effect as well.
So how do masks influence our attitudes and behaviors when interacting with a stranger? Let's find out. Guess what these people are doing? They're on a blind date.
약간 입 모양이나 전체적인 표정이 잘 안 드러나니까 다소 아쉬운 부분이 있었습니다.
어차피 마스크를 껴도 말하는 건 다 똑같으니까 상관없을 것 같아요.
하고 저희 마지막으로 요 여름 겨울 하나 둘 셋. 아 보통 근데 이거는 잘 안 맞으셨어요 지금까지. 괜찮아요. 진짜로.
마스크 자체를 하고 소개팅을 한 건 괜찮았는데 마스크를 쓰니까 잘 들리는 거에 있어서 조금 힘들더라고요.
They do seem awkward in seeing each other without their masks on. Is it because wearing one has become so routine?
이제 마스크 벗어주세요 하면 이제 막 두건을 벗는 듯한 그런 느낌 같아서 뭐 재밌다면 더 재밌던 것 같아요.
소리 문제 말고는 조금 더 흥미로운 요소였던 것 같습니다. 그래도 마스크를 쓰니까.
벗었을 때 생활이 진짜 어떻게 생활했는지 생각이 진짜 안 날 정도로, 왜냐면 우리가 뭐 소개팅을 한다든지 아니면 면접을 본다든지 뭐 이런 상황들이 있잖아. 어떻게 그랬는지 생각이 안 나. 약간 벗는 게 뭔가 나의 민낯을 드러내는 그런 느낌이야.
내가 또 어떤 연구 결과를 본 게 있는데 동양에서는 눈매를 더 의사소통에서 중요하게 여기고 서양에서는 인매를 더 중요하게 여긴다는 거야.
There's a theory that Asian people communicate with their eyes while Western people look at each other's mouths when it comes to nonverbal interactions. But another study that was conducted during the pandemic involving interactions with a person wearing sunglasses and a face mask showed that the mouth was the most important cue in interpersonal communication, regardless of race.
You know, your breathing is not as regular as before, and breathing is a very important aspect of effective communication. If your breathing doesn't work in sync with your usual communication, that could create some kind of in itself a problem for people to understand what exactly were you saying. Was there a pause? Is this pause really a pause, or is this just you taking some air to continue to speak?
Then what happens in places where communication is crucial? Shihu, could you help me out? So this is a blockchain company located in Seoul. They're recruiting a new employee through a face-to-face interview, but of course with masks on. In Korea, job seekers are always unsure about whether or not to wear a mask when heading in for a job interview.
We actually want to, see the person, how the person interviewee would react under certain questions. Sometimes we may pose a tough problem, and we want to see how the interviewee sort of work around those sort of problems. The point of communication is to make sure that you deliver your message. Lifting mask regulation would definitely enhance communication, not only between employer and employee, but also to a wider population as a whole.
Despite the lifting of outdoor mask mandates, masking rules also need to be removed indoors to address these issues.
Getting a job is still so hard in Indonesia because COVID-19. I know COVID-19 is affecting everything in our lives, like not only job markets, but also of our lifestyle as well.
But we hope that that'll change soon with all these mandates being lifted and changes
Right.
happening within South Korea and in other parts of the world.
COVID-19 go away soon. Yeah, exactly.
We hope so too. We hope all the mandates can be lifted and we can go back to normal.
South Korea is still reporting thousands of COVID-19 cases on a daily basis, and there are still more people who are wearing their masks outdoors than people who are not.
해제 아니잖아요. 근데 실내에는 언제 그냥 전문가들이 전반적으로 하는 말씀을 봤을 때는 아직 조금 이른 감이 많이 있는 것 같아요.
It may seem like small change, but it could have an outsized impact. It all started with masks. At first, it was just a simple inconvenience. But now, after 2 years of mandatory face coverings, masks have become a part of our daily lives.
아리랑 면접 볼 때 어땠어?
저희 투명 마스크 꼈어요. 여기 부분만 이렇게 뚫려 있어가지고 약간 아예 하관이 안 보이는 마스크는 아니었어서 좀 반반이었던 것 같아요. 괜찮았어요. 저는 근데 그게 오히려 왜냐면은 저희는 또 기자 분야기도 하고 네 그러다 보니까 아무래도 좀 막 얼굴 뭐 관상 뭐 이런 건 아니지만 그래도 좀 인상을 보기 위해서는 아무래도 그런 투명 마스크도 괜찮은 것 같아요.
근데 보통은 이렇게 마스크를
쓰죠.
그러니까 직종에 따라 또 다른 것 같아.
네, 맞아요.
Now we are facing another set of challenges as we look to move beyond the pandemic. But we will overcome and find our solutions to deal with them as we always have.
제가 마스크를 벗어볼 건데요. 그러면 제가 마지막으로 마스크를 벗어볼 건데요. 이거에 대해서 혹시 뭐
Who knows? Maybe that day when all of us completely do away with our masks and greet each other, just like we did before the pandemic, will come much sooner than you think.
Hi guys. 일단 끊을까? 나 지금 찍어?
이걸 원했는데.
아 정말요? 저 셀캠이라서 셀피를 해야 되는 줄 알았어요.
이걸 더 이렇게.
근데 이건 진짜 우연이었어요.
I like this.
안녕하세요. 저희 아리랑 국제방송이라고 아 어려우세요? 네 알겠습니다. 감사합니다. 좀 어려우실까요? 네 감사합니다. 안녕하세요. 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 저희 아리랑 국제방송이라고 방송국에서 나왔는데요.
네.
좀 어려우세요?
아, 네.
With the mask mandate lifted, it's taking some getting used to. For Korea's beauty industry, this is a welcome development as people are going back to their makeup regimens. Lee zooms in on this phenomenon.
A new word appeared in conversations in South Korea during pandemic. I've heard the word magikkun before. It's that confusion you get. And now the lifting of the outdoor mask mandate will lead to another change in makeup trends. Our consumers can learn makeup tips and get recommendations for cosmetic products.
이래현, 아리랑 뉴스.